जय गुरु जी। Jai Guruji, can anyone hear me? Jai Guruji, please confirm I'm audible. Ritika Aunty and Bhavya, can you hear me? Awesome. So we'll get started. Jai Guruji, Guruji ka shukrana, Guruji ki Sangat ko mera pranam. So last Sunday was the first time I'd ever done this live satsang. And in that, I had covered a lot of my experiences with Guruji while Guruji was in his physical form. As I said even last week, कि satsang तो manyfold बढ़ चुके हैं, because I feel even Guruji is broken free from the so-called limitations of being in your physical form. And this is the reason why we are seeing satsangs across the globe in every nook and cranny. और भी I mean fascinating or amazing होता है वो experience where, you know, of course we were conditioned to being able to see him, being able to talk to him, to, you know, to be able to touch him. But अगर आप वो सब नहीं कर सकते and फिर भी you feel his presence and फिर भी you feel that he's directly talking to you, imagine that experience. And it is simply awesome, and that continues. So for this part 2 of my satsang sharing experience, I am mostly going to talk about things that happened after Guruji left his chola. So I had talked about, you know, this pact that I had started with Guruji. Jahan maine, I think in year 2000, for my birthday, I had taken a box of chocolates for Guruji. और Guruji ने अपनी जुत्ती उतार कर दे दी. उस साल से हर साल 12th Feb को मैं गुरुजी के साथ चॉकलेट्स का बॉक्स एक्सचेंज करती हूँ, वेदर आई डू इट इन, यू नो, वर्चुअली और इन फिजिकल फॉर्म. अगर बड़े मंदिर भी मैं जाती थी तो जब गुरुजी ने चोला छोड़ दिया था तो मैं चॉकलेट्स खाली ले जाती थी. तो 2014 में यहाँ पर गुरुजी का न्यू जर्सी में पहला मंदिर स्थापित हुआ. और वो कैसे हुआ, वो दैट्स अ सेपरेट सत्संग इन इटसेल्फ. 2014 में एडिसन में हुआ, 2018 में समरसेट में हुआ, and that's a long satsang. I'm not going to get into that. So that happened. And 2015 I think की बात है. I think 12th Feb was a Thursday. तो Thursday और Sunday को सत्संग होता है मंदिर में. तो तब मंदिर में किचन भी नहीं था. हम लोग सेवा लेते थे और घर से करके लेकर आते थे लंगर की सेवा. और I still remember उस दिन मेरी सेवा थी और मैं भूल गई. I was working that day. शाम को जो मेरे को सेवा के लिए करना था मैंने वो उठाया. And then it occurred to me, I said, oh my God, you know, my pact is going to break today because I don't even have a box of chocolates sitting. वैसे ही देर हो रही है and I don't have time to, you know, stop by a market कि मैं, you know, chocolates का डब्बा उठाऊं और मंदिर उनके, you know, लेकर पहुंचूं. तो मैंने अपने घर के सारे ड्रॉर्स वगैरह खोल कर देखे और you know, I grabbed a few loose candies कि चलो यही अपने मैं कोट पॉकेट में डाल लेती हूँ. जब मैं मत्था टेकूंगी मैं गुरुजी के साथ, you know, मन ही मन अपना ये कर लूंगी कि गुरुजी सॉरी आई couldn't bring you chocolates का बॉक्स, बट यही है, so that, you know, पैक्ट की कंटिन्यूटी रहे. बट अंदर ही अंदर मेरे को बहुत वो लग रहा था that how could I be so careless, you know, this is the first time I'll not be offering him a box of chocolates. That happened. मैं जाके दरबार में बैठी, मन ही मन में मेरे ये चलता रहा कि ओ मैं भूल गई. And auntie, she comes into the darbar, she pulls me out. Her name is Manju Veganti, her New Jersey की संगत की है. And she said, बेटा आपसे कुछ बात करनी है. तो मैं दरबार में बैठी थी. I stepped out to talk to her. She said, आपके लिए इंडिया से किसी ने कुछ भेजा है. And you know, when you think of it, पहले तो इंडिया से किसने क्या भेजा है, because I knew that, you know, my parents obviously didn't send anything, otherwise I would have known. और इंडिया से अगर आप किसी के बारे में सोचते हो तो आपके मन में सिर्फ मिठाई का ख्याल आ सकता है कि ऐसे हो सकता है किसी ने मिठाई का डब्बा भेजा हो. So she takes me into the pantry and she hands a box of chocolates to me. And I was shocked. I was like, Auntie, for you, it is just a box of chocolates. But for me, you don't understand the significance of getting this box on this particular day, on this moment from Guruji. It was literally like a gift that Guruji sent from India for me. And she said, ये संगत में, I'm forgetting that auntie's name. दिल्ली की संगत है, उन्होंने भेजा है, उनकी डॉटर घर पे चॉकलेट्स बनाती है, तो ये आपके लिए एक बॉक्स आया है. एंड आई वाज लाइक वाओ, लुक एट द टाइमिंग, यू नो, जस्ट व्हेन आई वाज थिंकिंग कि ओ माय गॉड मेरा पैक टूट जाएगा, आई वांटेड टू ऑफर अप चॉकलेट्स. गुरुजी कैसे, ही सच अ माइंड रीडर, जानी जान है, एंड ही एड्रेसेस एवरीथिंग. So that happened, and the pact still continues. एक और सत्संग सुनाती हूँ. I think it's in the same time frame, 2014, yeah, 2014, maybe 2015. So ये मैंने अपनी बुक में भी इसका मेंशन किया है, in my book तू ही तू, that randomly Vikram and I started getting nightmares about Amira. तो आई थिंक फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ टाइम्स हमने बताया, एक दूसरे को बताया होगा कि ओ मेरे को ये बहुत बुरा सपना आया अमायरा को लेकर, आई सॉ दैट आई हैव लॉस्ट हर. और मेरे मन में ये डर सा था बिकॉज आई हैड सीन बैम्बी आंटी लूज हर लिटिल वन, एंड नताशा बिल्कुल हम उसको देखते थे. और जब हमें ये न्यूज पता चली थी कि नताशा 10-year-old kid is no more, it sent like shivers down our spine. और तब गुरुजी फिजिकल फॉर्म में थे, बट दैट स्टेड इन माय मेमोरी. तो वो फियर कहीं ना कहीं था. नाउ लिटिल बैकग्राउंड दैट 2014 आई हैड कंसीव्ड, but I chose to get a DNC done because I thought I have 2 daughters already, and I am not looking to have a 3rd child. Now, of course, from a spiritual perspective, it's the soul that chooses you, and it was a soul that was trying to come into this world through me. But for some, very superficial, selfish, immature reasons, whatever, I was like, I'm not ready to have a child. और मैंने DNC करवा ली. और काफी ब्लीडिंग वगैरह चलती रही. जब मैं गुरुजी के मंदिर में बैठती, मेरी ब्लीडिंग इंक्रीज हो जाती थी. एंड संगत में कुछ लोगों को सपना भी आया, signifying this, that something like this has happened. A lot of people got upset with me ke, why this was Guruji's blessing, why did you do this? But anyway, I done it, and I said, Guruji, मेरे को इस पाप के लिए माफ कर दो. It's a sin that I have committed, और इसकी कोई माफी नहीं है, but आपके दरबार में आकर माफी मांगने के अलावा मैं और क्या कर सकती हूँ. So उसके बाद मुझे ये सपने आने शुरू हो गए that I'm losing Amira. और पैरेलल में विक्रम को भी आने शुरू हो गए ये सपने. So first couple of times we exchanged कि आज सुबह मैंने ये सपना देखा कि अमायरा को कुछ हो गया, whatever, and he would get the same sort of dream, not exact same, but directionally along the same lines. So it happened a couple times. फिर उसकी randomly काफी frequency बढ़ने लगी. So there came a point in time where I stopped sharing because I felt that if I talk about this, it only sort of fuels your fear. And I don't want to contribute to that. And we all know men are much weaker. So, he would tell me every time, मेरे को आज फिर आया, मेरे को ये feeling आई, मेरे को ये हुआ. And मैं चुपचाप सुनती रहती थी. I would not reconfirm that, oh my God, even I had the same feeling. So anyway, I think he was under pressure, and he was just, वो कहते हैं ना, कहावत मरता क्या ना करता. So he confided in his mom कि ऐसे ऐसे सपना आता है, तो आप किसी पंडित से पूछ लो. And I was personally very opposed to seeing any pundits, astrologers, because I knew कि गुरुजी का क्या take है. In fact, गुरुजी never even wanted कि आप कोई मुंदरियां पहनो या पंडितों के चक्कर में जाओ, because those are the things that really interfere with your guru's blessings. So अगर आपने गुरु को मान लिया है, गुरु धारण कर लिया है, तो आंखें बंद करके उस path फिर चल पड़ो. फिर if but logic वो waver नहीं होना चाहिए. So he didn't tell me that he's spoken to his mother, and his mother then went to the pandit, and that was their family pandit. पहले तो पंडित जी ने मना कर दिया that the child is too small. I think she was 5 or 6. The child is too small, तो हम इतने छोटे बच्चे की तो पथरी नहीं देखते. So then she explained the situation कि नहीं ऐसे बार बार उनको बुरे सपने आ रहे हैं, तो एक बार आप देख लो इसकी पत्री और हमें बता दो. So he saw the patri and he said, हाँ ये ग्रह तो बहुत खराब चल रहा है. Some Markesh, Kal Sarp, I don't know these things. Something is happening. And अगर इस बच्चे को बचाना है, these were his words. अगर इस बच्चे को बचाना है तो इसको लाल रंग का रूबी पहना दो और तभी ये बच्चा बच सकता है. So anyway, वो ये सुनकर आए, वो और घबरा गए एंड उन्होंने रूबी वगैरह बनवा भी दिया मायरा के लिए. उसके बाद शी कॉल्ड मी एंड शी टोल्ड मी, शी सेड बेटा आई नो दैट आप स्टोन्स वगैरह में बिल्कुल बिलीव नहीं करते, बट ऐसे ऐसे मेरी पंडित से बात हुई है और मुझे विक्रम ने बताया था, तो इसलिए मैं पंडित के पास गई और पंडित ने ये उपाय बताया है. एंड शी ऑल्सो सेड, शी सेड देखो अगर आप विश्वास भी नहीं करते पर बड़ों की बात मानने में क्या हर्ज है, और बच्चे की प्रोटेक्शन के लिए तो इंसान सब कुछ करता है. Now, as a mother, I was in a dilemma and also, आपका बड़ा आपको कुछ guidance दे रहा है, कुछ कह रहा है. So, एक साइड पे ये था, दूसरी साइड पे मेरा firm belief था. I said, मैं खड़े होकर माइक पे बोलती हूँ कि ये पंडितों के चक्कर में मत पड़ो, ये stones उतार के फेंक दो. And जब मुझ पे कष्ट आए, मैं सबसे पहले उसको stone पहना दूँ. And it was a very difficult decision for me. And I said, नहीं. I said, आपने रूबी बनवाया है, I appreciate it, पर अमायरा रूबी नहीं पहनेगी. वो रूबी पहनेगी तो गुरुजी का लाल लॉकेट पहनेगी और वही उसका रूबी होएगा. So even my mother got a little upset. She's like, कल को अगर बच्चे को कुछ हो जाता है, everybody is going to look at you as, somebody who does not listen to anybody. And I said, अब तो मम्मा, I've taken a stance. सही या गलत बाद में देखा जाएगा. But now Guruji is going to be her protection. So I got up. It was a Saturday. I got up that day and I randomly just opened my drawer. I put my hand, क्योंकि मैंने गुरुजी के drawer में I have pendants and different गुरुजी की जो चीजें हैं, मौली है, pendants है, bracelets हैं, तो मैंने ऐसे करके हाथ डाला और लॉकेट निकलता है. गुरुजी is wearing a red chola. I was like, wow, Guruji just gave a ruby to Amira. अब पहनाते कैसे? I started looking for मौली थी नहीं, I'm sorry, red thread में मेरे को था कि red thread में पहनाते हैं. Red thread नहीं मिला, so I found a मौली. तो मैंने मौली ली, मौली में वो red locket को डाला और मैंने अमायरा को पहना दिया. So it's Guruji's picture wearing red, and I think with a red backdrop. She's still wearing the same locket. So anyway, so वो पहना and I said चलो गुरुजी ने अपना रूबी भेज दिया. वो सैटरडे की बात हुई. संडे को मंदिर में फिर सत्संग था और इंडिया से कोई अंकल आए थे. And I don't know that uncle's name, but I remember he was wearing this big माता रानी का pendant and उन्होंने I think 15-20 मिनट का सत्संग किया. और मेरा क्या रूटीन होता था कि सत्संग करने के बाद लंगर का फर्स्ट राउंड करके मैं सेकेंड राउंड जब शुरू होता था तो मैं सीधे अपनी सेवा करने के लिए पैंट्री में चले जाती थी. और so that time Vikram just called me out of the pantry. He said, एक मिनट बाहर आना, this uncle is sharing his satsang जिन्होंने दरबार में भी किया था, उसका वो part 2 share कर रहे हैं and I think you should listen. And I got a little annoyed. I was like, what is it that can't wait? मैं सेवा कर रही हूँ, so why are you calling me out of my seva to listen to the satsang? He said, नहीं, I think you should really listen. So anyway, I left the seva, I came out and वो uncle अपना सत्संग share कर रहे थे. And गुरुजी भूल चूक माफ करना, I am just speaking from memory. तो उन्होंने बोला कि अंदर मेरे पास टाइम नहीं था, मुझे ज्यादा टाइम नहीं दिया बिकॉज हमारी 15 से 20 मिनट की लिमिट होती है बिकॉज उसके बाद लंगर करना होता है and all that, so you cannot go on and on. He said मेरे को टाइम नहीं मिला, पर मेरे को ये सत्संग शेयर करना था कि गुरुजी के मंदिर में वो लड़की आज भी आती है और वो लड़की ने अपना ये सत्संग शेयर किया था कि मैं तो अंकल मर चुकी थी and my body was being taken on a stretcher and गुरुजी की गाड़ी आती है. गुरुजी gets out of his car and he said कि अभी इस लड़की का समय नहीं आया है और इसको मेरी फोटो पहनाओ whatever, and गुरुजी उसको लॉकेट वगैरह देते हैं and that girl gets up and she said that locket was in a red thread and मैं हमेशा वो पहन कर रखती हूँ. And in fact she says कि मैं बड़े मंदिर में आज भी जब जाके बैठती हूँ you can see those marks on her arms जिससे वो उसको स्ट्रेचर पे बांधा था. So I don't know the validity of the satsang. I don't know who that person is, But what is important is the message that I was getting, okay? Because of my own situation and the own thoughts that were going on, the timing and the message is important. And so he said, मैं ना actually India से खूब सारे लाल धागे और लॉकेट्स लेकर आया हुआ हूँ, तो आप अंदर से लेकर ना वो लाल धागा ले लो. And I was like, wow, just yesterday I said, I have the locket, but I don't have a red thread. So I tied up that locket in a molly. And today Guruji sends somebody from India with a beautiful, red threads wo banakar lekar aaye. And he said, aap wo le lo. And since then, Amira has been wearing that in the same thread. The thread is so strong. And I think that was just Guruji's way of honoring my unwavering faith and surrender in him. Ke is ladki ne, she's gone against everybody in the family, all her elders. I think I pissed a lot of people off, including her dad. And 8 saal kya, today she's 10 years old and she's fine. So shukrana to Guruji for that. Lot of life is full of ups and downs, and that's fine, because even in medical terms, we don't want a straight line. So these ups and downs are good. We should not complain. सेवा के ऊपर थोड़ा सा मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि सेवा के साथ आता है अहम, right? Because हम बोलना शुरू कर देते हैं मेरी सेवा, तो मैं तो पहले ही आ गया. और and it's not कि मेरे को ये फीलिंग नहीं आती, मेरे को ये फीलिंग बहुत आती है, इसलिए मैं शेयर कर रही हूँ आप लोगों के साथ कि ये कई बार नहीं आनी चाहिए. और सेवा के साथ अहम को बिल्कुल मिलने नहीं देना, जुड़ने नहीं देना, क्योंकि these tend to go hand in hand. ये मेरी सेवा है. छोटा सा मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ, which probably is very relatable to all of us. अगर हमें कोई सेवा मिली है तो हम कहते हैं, अच्छा आज दाल मैंने बनाई है तो दाल अच्छी बननी चाहिए. आज चाय मैं बना रही हूं तो चाय अच्छी बननी चाहिए. अच्छा आज मेरा सत्संग है तो अच्छे से हो जाए. ओके, तो फोकस क्या हुआ? मैं, क्योंकि मैं कुछ कर रही हूं तो वो अच्छा होना चाहिए. हाउएवर, अगर आप इसी माइंडसेट को बदल के देखो कि गुरुजी आपका लंगर बन रहा है तो लंगर अच्छा बनना चाहिए. गुरुजी आपका सत्संग हो रहा है. इनफैक्ट आई हैव अ बिग प्रॉब्लम व्हेन दे से ओ आरती आंटी का सत्संग. इट इज नॉट आरती आंटी सत्संग, इट इज गुरुजी सत्संग. सत्संग करने वाले बदलते रहते हैं, लेकिन जिसका हम सत्संग कर रहे हैं वो तो गुरुजी है. सत्संग तो गुरुजी का हो रहा है. तो जब आप कोई भी सेवा करते हो तो उसमें से मैं निकालकर अगर हम गुरुजी को फ्रंट एंड सेंटर बैठा दें तो वो फिर अच्छा ही अच्छा होगा कि गुरुजी देखो आपका लंगर बन रहा है, आपको खिलाना है तो ध्यान रख लेना. आपके लिए चाय बन रही है, ध्यान रख लेना. So just a little bit of shift in the mind. So I just wanted to share that with you. Something else that happened in the same time frame, I think I'm going year by year, 2014, 2015, 2016. I think 2016 की बात है कि my daughters had gone for a play date in Edison, or I was in a loner that day. So मेरे को उसी दिन loner वापस करने जाना था. Yeah, so I'd had that loner for a couple days. So मैं उनको पिक करके, मेरे को था कि ये loner अगले दिन मैं वापस कर दूंगी और अपनी गाड़ी पिक करके ले आऊंगी. अच्छा, अब क्या हुआ कि जब हम वो loner पिक करने गए थे, so I had my little one with me, Amira, and she said for some reason, loner आप लेते हो 2-3 दिन के लिए जब तक आपकी गाड़ी सर्विस हो रही है, right? So she said, Mama, इसमें ना गुरुजी की फोटो लगा दो. तो I looked at her, I said, हमने इतनी लोनर्स आज से पहले लिए हैं और उसके बाद भी लेते रहेंगे. ना उससे पहले ना उस दिन के बाद हमने कभी गुरुजी की फोटो किसी लोनर में लगाई है. But because Amira insisted, उसने एक ब्रांड न्यू स्वरूप निकाला. She said, Mama, इसको ना आप यहाँ रख दो डैश पे. I said, अभी कह रही है तो रख देती हूँ. So anyway, I put it there. और मैं इनको पिक करने गई प्ले डेट से, both my kids. Amira was 6 years old that time and Anya was 11, and I think that was the first time Anya was sitting in front with me. तो हम लोग इनको पिक करके निकले और जैसे ही मैं वो इंटरसेक्शन क्रॉस कर रही हूँ in the loner, there's this black SUV that comes from the right side. That girl did not see her red signal. It was a stop for her. मेरी green light थी, I was going straight. उसके लिए red थी, but she was texting. and she did not see the red light, and she came and slammed into my car. It was an SUV, I was in a sedan, and my car spun on the other side. क्योंकि अगर आप सोचो, अगर आप रोड के राइट साइड पे हो, आप इस तरफ जा रहे हो, लेफ्ट साइड से इनकमिंग ट्रैफिक है, and you've been hit from here, my car spun and it hit a pillar on the other side, on the left side, and the car crumpled like a tin foil. All the airbags were deployed. Steering wheel का, नीचे का, आगे का, पीछे का, पूरे airbags were deployed. And मतलब जब मैंने वो कार की पिक्चर्स देखी बाद में, जब इंश्योरेंस वगैरह के साथ आप डील करते हो, so everybody said that, oh my god, this car is actually crumpled like a tin foil. जो भी इस कार में बैठा होगा वो तो मर गया होगा. And the three of us, both my girls and myself, we came out of the car scratchless. And this is nothing but Guruji's grace. And now I understand why probably Guruji through Amira was prompting कि नहीं, इस लोनर में ना गुरुजी का स्वरूप रख देते हैं. So never any coincidences. It's every moment of your life is being orchestrated according to his will, his time, his plan, his design. So that happened, and then a little bit about my work life as well, right? So I mentioned last time how I got my first break, how I moved up so quickly. Then I got a dream job with a dream company, Deloitte. Everybody wants to work for Deloitte, and I got a lot of exposure, a lot of travel, and it's sort of when you talk of your career growth, it sort of helped me build my brand. And every assignment, every engagement, I just kept feeling that Guruji is giving, it's definitely more challenging, but Guruji is also giving me more than what I deserve, but also being a guiding light and a guiding force at every step of the way. It's amazing how I would get help, how I would get assurance. And every day I would go into my job saying that, oh my God, this is way above my head, but one day at a time. And I survived. And then when I was looking for a change, I wanted to, make a bigger and a better change. And I tried very hard for this job, which I thought that, oh my God, this is going to be. Deloitte came with a lot of travel. I was on the road pretty much every week, flying through different cities. So all that is fun, but I think it's fun at a different stage in life. When you have young kids at home, you want to spend time with them. And that's what I wanted to do. So this job was a very good brand as well. And it was a remote position, complete remote position. And also paying more. So I was like, wow, this is it. Guruji bas ye dilwa dena, meri life to bilkul set hoegi. And again, we say one thing, right? We always say ke mango nahi mano, trust his plan, because you and I can see what's up to this wall. What's beyond this wall, we may think we know, but actually we don't know. He knows. And sometimes when, he gives us what we want, it's great. Sometimes when he doesn't give us what we ask for and what we want is even better. But you need to be patient and you need to be resilient and you need to keep your faith alive to see this, right? And the same thing happened. So I did round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and I got through the final round and I was like, wow, probably I will get my dream job. Amazing. So I did not make it. So when the final interview happened, I did not make it. And I was depressed and disappointed because I felt this is the first time, I had worked so hard for a position and I did not get it. And everything seemed so dark. I was like, ye kaise ho gaya? Mujhe itne dur kyun leke gaye Guruji? Meko first round mein reject kara dete, blah, blah, blah. So humans, right? We can't help being humans. And so I didn't know that at that point in time, through this job, he's actually conditioning me and getting me ready for another position. And the same thing happened. So saal nikal gaya. I forgot about it. And then, I got another offer. Stop it. Put it down. I got another offer from a different firm, but I realized that everything that happened with my previous experience was actually a conditioning for me to get ready for this one. In fact, when I was called in for my final interview in New York City for this one, I was 30 minutes late for the interview. They said block first half of your morning. We want your time from 8 to 12 and we'll, have a panel interview. Several people will meet you and then we'll decide. I was 30 minutes late for that. And I was like, this is a terrible first impression. कैसे होएगा ये? और मैं late पहुंची. The rounds went really well. And I was offered the job. And I took it. And believe you me, I feel that's been the best decision of my life because that's given me the quality of life that I was looking for. I'm able to spend more time with my kids, which is needed at this stage. And again, back to the point that sometimes we hold on to things because we believe that we know what's best for us, but that is not true. Life is full of surprises. And if you have faith in somebody, then you need to trust your guru's timing. You need to trust your guru's judgment. And satsangs are endless. Like I said, if I go on, it's like not even scratching the tip of the iceberg, and all of you will be sitting here for the rest of the night. Every day, every moment, you're able to feel his presence, because the best way to do it is that bare your heart and bare your soul to him. Okay? You want to talk? You want to share your problems? Talk to him. Every time you take a step in life, every decision you take in life, anytime you deal with anybody, even if you know what the other person in front of you thinks of you, right? तुम्हें पता है कि अगला बंदा मेरे बारे में क्या सोचता है और ये मेरे बारे में अच्छा नहीं सोचता, या this person has not been nice to me, this person has not been fair to me. Despite that, conditioning your mind to act and react in a way कि हम गुरुजी की संगत है, right? What is it that my Guruji would expect from me? अगर आज मेरा गुरु मेरे साथ है तो वो मुझसे क्या उम्मीद करता? कभी ये सोचा है? We talk about our own expectations and our own conditions, that this is what we want from our guru. Take a second to reflect upon what does your guru want from you, and your life will change. All the animosity, all the grudges, all the fear, everything will just leave your body, because see, life is not going to be a bed of roses. Just because you come to Guruji doesn't mean hum amar ho gaye. I always say that. However, at every step of the way, please try to feed your faith more than your fear. Okay? And I always say this as well, that it takes strength to do the difficult, but it takes faith to do the impossible. और faith और प्यार ऐसा हो कि वो आपकी दीवानगी बन जाए. Let people around you laugh at you. Doesn't matter. That's your love for your guru. And Guruji would say कि मुझसे ऐसा प्यार करो कि शीशे में जब आप खड़े होकर लिपस्टिक लगाओ तो आप अपने आप को नहीं, अपने गुरु को देखो. आप तैयार होते हो तो talk to you, and it's not silly. People might laugh around you कि अच्छा ये क्या कर रही है, but आप हर पल गुरुजी से बात कर रहे हो, हर पल आप गुरुजी से connected हो. Very recently, Guruji gave me this thought, right? And I always say, listen to the inner voice in you, because that is him speaking to you. Don't think that, ye to mera vaham hoga, ya, I'm just hearing things. Listen, and he will validate it as well, right? So right when this corona thing had started, sometime in coronavirus ka spread started mid-March in the US. Like हम January वगैरह से थोड़ी खबर आनी शुरू हो गई थी, but nobody really took it seriously. So February of this year, शिवरात्रि के आसपास, I think, Guruji comes in my dream, and बहुत कम आते हैं गुरुजी मेरे सपने में, and I don't look for signs, I don't look for ohms, I don't look for fragrance, because I don't need my guru to validate his presence to me. I know it's there, so I don't go looking for these signs, right? So जब गुरुजी सपने में आए तो he said मैं न्यू जर्सी को ब्लेस करने आया हूँ, और 2-4 बातें हुई. He told me to make bread pakoras, which again, not coincidentally, but that Monday I was supposed to be making bread pakoras anyway. So I think ये Saturday या Sunday का सपना होएगा, और he said मैं न्यू जर्सी को ब्लेस करने के लिए आया हूँ, और 2-4 और बातें करके वो चले गए. Now, little did I know that this entire world is going to be struck by this pandemic, right? And you hear people, everybody's reacting to this pandemic differently. Some people say, it's a blessing because they're able to connect more, they have more time, they're able to internalize, they're able to reflect on themselves. And some people say, oh my God, life sucks. And to those people, I want to remind, before you say life sucks, do shukrana that you have a life. So never forget that. Count your little blessings. So anyway, 20th March ke kareeb, this little voice speaks in my mind, and I think I know it's Guruji, because that voice speaks in Punjabi. And मैं इसी दरबार में बैठी थी, मैं मत्था टेकने सुबह आई, और गुरुजी कहते खुद खांदी, and please forgive me, pardon me, my Punjabi is really bad, but पंजाबी में उन्होंने मेरे को बोला, खुद खांदी पिंदी रहती है, कभी अपने गुरु के बारे में भी सोचा है कि मेरे को चाय और पानी पिला दिया कर. So मेरी तो आंखें खुल गई, because I used to just do like bhog once a week. But I was like, yeah, if Guruji is here and he's living with me, it is my duty to offer him at least. And I'm not a chai person myself. So I said, chai और पानी तो फिर रोज बनता है. And दिमाग में ये बात आई, that voice spoke to me. I went straight to the kitchen. I started making chai. मैंने उससे पहले चाय बनाई नहीं थी. मैंने सिर्फ सत्संग के लिए बनती थी once a month. बट सत्संग हो नहीं रहे थे तो चाय बनी नहीं थी. तो मैंने चेक भी नहीं किया कि घर में पत्ती है, अदरक है, इलायची है, क्या है, कुछ नहीं. मैं बस किचन में गई और ज़ॉम्बी की तरह I started pulling out ingredients from my cabinet, और मेरे को मिलता गया. As if Guruji was just guiding my hand. इलायची यहाँ, पत्ती यहाँ, अदरक यहाँ, और चाय बन गई. उसके बाद I look at my phone and I see 2 satsangs on this worldwide group, Guruji ka, which talk about the significance of chai prasad and how Guruji used to bless through chai or chai ki recipe. Matlab that very day. Again, the timing is of essence. When I was thinking that, oh my God, is this just my own thought? And Guruji validated. And since then, we have chai with Guruji every single day. And so much that my daughter Anya has become the best chai maker in the world. So I look forward to, having Guruji ka chai prasad made by my own kid. And that's a blissful experience. So thank you, Guruji, for that. Earlier this year, also, there was this girls trip planned, January of 2020. So a bunch of us wanted to go to Punta Cana. Now, I think it was an international flight, and the flight was, I think, at 8:30 in the morning. So I left the house at, I think, 5:30 or maybe 6. I had to pick up a friend, who was 15 minutes apart. Usko uthakar airport पहुंचना था. तो airport is about 40 minutes from my house, right? तो हमने कहा चलो worst case 1 घंटे का plan करके चलते हैं. So we'll get to the airport like 7:15, which is perfect. So anyway, मैंने उसको pick किया और हमें turnpike पे 2 घंटे लग गए. मतलब time ETA बढ़ता जा रहा था. And my friends just kept calling, where are you in Jyotsna? तुम्हारी तो flight miss हो जाएगी. It's an international flight. And by that time, Jyotsna was also like, there is no way we're making this flight. And I was like, I told her, I said, ठंड रख, Guruji कुछ करेंगे. And believe you me, never before and never after has this happened that you're actually sending pictures of your passport on the phone, so that you can get your boarding pass ahead of time. US की security में ऐसे कहाँ होता है कि तुम अपने दोस्तों को अपने passport की फोटो खींचकर भेज रहे हो और वो आपका boarding pass print करा लें. जो भी हुआ, गिरते पड़ते हम पहुंचे 8:25 पे एयरपोर्ट. यूनाइटेड का मैनेजर बैच लगा के अपना बोर्डिंग पास हमारा बोर्डिंग पास लेकर खड़ा था. एंड द क्रू वाज, वहां पर 2-3 लोग थे. दे वर लाफिंग. दे वर लाइक, ओह वाओ, योर फ्लाइट लीव्स एट 8:30. You should just run through the security. हमने अपना boarding pass लिया, and he said, by the way, leave your luggage here. कोई guarantee नहीं है कि आपका luggage पहुंचेगा, because luggage already load हो चुका है. So anyway, हम पहुंचे वहां पर. जैसे ही हम वहां पहुंचे, so flight got delayed by a couple minutes, which meant कि हमारा luggage भी चला जाएगा. So this is how these are little things, but things that have probably an everlasting impression or an impact, I should say. And ever since Guruji has left his physical form, I've been hearing the most amazing satsangs. And Guruji would always say that if, but, ego, logic, sab fail ho jayega. And today, look around you. It's failing left, right, and center. Just last night, and I'm not going to quote that person's name, I got this call from a Sangat in, I think, California. I don't know her at all. I've never met her. She sends me a text that I just wanted to talk to you. And in my conversation with her, she seemed to be a very spiritual person, and I really enjoyed that conversation. But the way she described how Guruji manifested himself to her, like, blew my mind. So she's like, one day I had to go drop off my kid, and I was driving back from there, and I see this, and I'm on the highway, and I see this white, bald, she said guy, because, not to be disrespectful, but that's the feeling, and that's how she described. She's like, I see this, on my windshield, and it's early in the morning, and I just start saying, get out of my way, get out of my way, I'll get into an accident. And that face started smiling to her. And she's like, who are you? And that guy responded in Hindi, saying, मैं तेरी परछाई हूँ, तो कुछ तेको कुछ नहीं होगा, तू चलाती रहे. And she's like, I kept driving, and for an hour I drove without even being able to see the road. And she's like, I started sweating profusely, and हाथों से sweat drip कर रहा है, but ऐसी fragrance आ रही है कि जैसे मैं roses के garden में बैठी हूँ. और कहती, मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आया that what really happened to me. I got home, and she's like, for whatever reason, after that, I got home, and I just went up to my bedroom to sleep. And then in the bedroom, I see the same guy again. And that guy is smiling at me. And she's like, why I'm reaching out to you is that whatever this guy says, I've heard the same things in your satsang. And that's why I'm calling to connect, because she didn't even know about Guruji. Later, of course, through her friend, she attended a satsang. She found out, and she was like, when she walked into her friend's satsang and she saw a picture of Guruji, she's like, oh my God, this is the guy I see all the time. And see, this is how I think Guruji is sort of connecting the dots across the globe. And irrespective of your caste, color, creed, I think Guruji के नाम की जोत, जय गुरुजी हर घर घर में होगा. It's just a matter of time. And lucky are we, because we're the chosen ones. A lot of good things that Guruji left us with, and demonstrated very practically, right? जैसे लंगर प्रसाद करना, 4 लोग बैठ के खाते थे. कब कोई जानने की जरूरत नहीं कि आप किसके साथ खा रहे हो, उनका क्या नाम है, वो क्या करते हैं, क्या नहीं करते. And this is what Guruji was demonstrating, that हम उनकी संगत हैं. Everybody is equal in his eyes. और नई पुरानी, of course, is one way of categorizing. पुरानी हम उनको कहते हैं जो गुरुजी से physical form में मिले हैं, नई हम उनको कहते हैं जो perhaps बाद में जुड़े हैं. But it really doesn't mean anything, क्योंकि हमारा probably connection कितने जन्मों का है, वो तो किसी को भी नहीं पता सिवाय महाराज के. And while you know that you are in Guruji's Sharan, make the most out of that. Do your part. Or, by doing your part, I mean banda ban, जो गुरुजी अक्सर हम सबको कहते थे. गुरुजी would say कि तुम कीचड़ में चले जाते हो, मैं तुम्हें फिर निकालता हूँ. And true, these thoughts of anger, lust, ego, greed, we're made that way. We are human beings. How do we detach from that? We detach from that because when we really start loving our Guru, we start loving everything around us, because we don't expect, we don't want to harm anybody, we don't want to settle scores with anybody. We just want to spread his love, we just want to spread his name, and it is such a blessing to be able to do that. And all of us here are his vessels. It's everybody's seva to spread Guruji's name. Do not spread false information. Do not spread rumors. Guruji would said, ये कर्म कांड, ये rituals, ये वहम की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. When we aimlessly send these forwards out, please understand that every time a forward leaves our hands, we are endorsing that forward. Take the time to verify it. बड़ा मंदिर बंद है, बड़ा मंदिर खुला है, ये टनल लग गई है, ये हो गया, वो गया. No. Please do not spread any false information in the name of Guruji. आप ऐसे करोगे तो गुरुजी आ जाएंगे, आप वो करोगे तो गुरुजी आ जाएंगे. नहीं, अपना सिर्फ direct connection आप गुरु साहब के साथ रखें. अपना शुक्राना करते जाएं, रोज उनसे बात करें, डेली, सुबह शाम. दिन शुरू होता है शुक्राने से करो, दिन खत्म होता है शुक्राने से करो. Or, this weekend personally wasn't the greatest weekend for me. I was very emotional throughout the weekend, because I was worried about my father's health. But I know that now is the time to actually practice जब हम कहते हैं कि गुरुजी आपकी रजा में हमें रहना सिखा दो. Teach us how to live in your will. And I am like, he's my universe, and I'm practicing that because I'm not going to tell Guruji what to do. But I will just say, Guruji, I know you have a better plan. I am yearning to be with my father at this time. I want to get on the next flight and be with him, but I can't. But this is also his plan. So stay close, stay connected, stay close to his lotus feet, and make him your guiding light, your best friend, your anchor, and the front and center of your world. Shukrana, Shukrana, Shukrana. Next time I will be back in a couple months, and hopefully with my father too. I know a lot of people want to hear satsangs about that tsunami, the Clare farm. Got a lot of requests, but more to come. And in the meantime, stay connected and keep doing Shukrana. Jai Guruji.